This video explains how to use keywords to get started with research. Keywords are the main ideas of your research topic. They're important because they help us search effectively. Instead of entering a long sentence or a question into the search box, you're going to think of the main ideas of your topic. Let's look for resources using the Search Everything tool on the library homepage. This search gives access to articles, books, and other types of resources on all different subjects. We're going to do an example search using the topic of bullying. A common issue when beginning to look for sources is having a topic that is too broad. This is a very broad search and the number of results is too high. This search is giving us resources about all different aspects of our topic, which makes it difficult to have a focus for your research assignment. For example, our results include resources about bullying in schools and in the workplace, bullying among teenagers, children, and adults, cyberbullying and physical bullying, and a range of other topics like mental health and bullying prevention. It would be difficult to write a paper if our topic is too broad like this because there are so many different subtopics. Instead, we are going to think of the main ideas of our topic, which will be our keywords. It is helpful to use the advanced search option, which has sections to enter keywords and search terms on different lines. In this example, I'll focus on bullying prevention. I'm going to add the word prevention in the next search box. Our results are now narrowed down to about 7,500 resources. This is still a high number, which includes resources about all different types of bullying prevention, so we can narrow the search even more. Maybe we're specifically interested in cyberbullying, which we can add on the next line. I'm also going to select Add a New Line to add another keyword. I'm going to put middle school as the next keyword because that's the population that I would like to focus on. Now we have 200 results compared to 71,000. We went from a very broad search, which included all different areas related to bullying, to a specific search which is targeting resources on the topic of cyberbullying prevention in middle school students. Searching is a process of trial and error. You could start with a broad search like we did in this example, and then look at your results list to get ideas for how to narrow your focus. Sometimes the words that you initially thought of are different from the words that are used in the description of the resource. You could look at the subject filter to see the different topics that appear in the results list. You can also look at an individual resource to see the subjects that are listed in the description. This can help you get ideas for searching and brainstorming new keywords. When you have new ideas for searching, just edit your search terms and try again. Going back and forth between searching, looking at results, reading resources, and editing search terms is part of the research process. You also might change the focus of your research depending on the results you find. Librarians are available to assist you during all open hours in person, by phone, and by email. Please don't hesitate to contact us.